Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss on the topic of glossary words on international business. Mercantilism, an economic philosophy advocating that countries should simultaneously encourage exports and discourage imports. Minimum efficient scale, the level of output at which most plant level scale economics are exhausted. Mixed economy, certain sectors of the economy are left to private ownership and free market mechanism, while other sectors have significant government ownership and government planning. Multinational enterprise, a firm that owns business operations in more than one country. Multi-domestic strategy, emphasizing the need to be responsive to the unique conditions prevailing in different national markets. Non-convertible currency, a currency is non-convertible when both residents and non-residents are prohibited from converting their holdings of that currency into another currency. Northern American Free Trade Agreement, free trade area between Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Political risk, the likelihood that political forces will cause drastic changes in a country's business environment that adversely affect the profit and other goals of a particular business enterprise. Polycentric staffing, a staffing policy in an MNE in which host countries' nationals are recruited to manage subsidies in their country, while parent country nationals occupy key positions at corporate headquarters. Positive subgame, a situation in which all countries can benefit even if some benefit more than others. Predatory pricing, reducing pricing below fair market value as a competitive weapon to drive weaker competitors out of the market. Price discrimination, the practice of charging different prices from the same product in different markets. Price elasticity of demand, a measure of how responsive demand from a product is to changes in price. Smoot-Hawley tariff, enacted in 1930 by the US Congress, this tariff erected a wall of barrier against imports into the United States. Specific tariff, tariff levied as a fixed charge for each unit of a good imported. Structural Impediments Initiative, an 1990 agreement between the United States and Japan aimed at trying to decrease a non-tariff barrier restricting imports into Japan.
Hello everyone, my name is Riaz. Today I'm here to discuss some glossary of international business. Floating exchange rates. Floating exchange rates are determined by the market forces of supply and demand in the foreign exchange market. The value of currency is determined solely by the market forces and not intervention by the government. Globalization of markets. Globalization of market refers to the process of integrating and merging of the distinct world market into a single market. This process involves the identification of some common norm, value, taste, preference, and convenience, and slowly enables the cultural shift towards the use of common product or service. Free trade. Free trade is a policy in which governments do not put any restriction to export or imports. It is the unrestricted sale and purchase of goods and services between nations. Fronting loans. Loans between a parent and subsidiary is a challenge through a financial intermediary, allows circumvention of host country, restriction on remittance of fund from subsidiary to parent, provides certain tax advantages. Infant industry argument. Infant or new industry should be protected from established foreign competitors until they experience economies of scale to compete. Example, in order to protect proton, Malaysia has to impose high tariff or import quotas on foreign made cars. IASC, International Accounting Standard Committee, organization of representatives of 106 professional accounting organization from 79 countries that is attempting to harmonize accounting standard across countries. Quotas. An import quota is a direct restriction on the quantity of an import. IMF, International Monetary Fund. The International Monetary Fund is an intergovernment organization that promotes international economic cooperation, focusing in particular on policies that had impact on the exchange rate and the balance of payments. Horizontal FDI. Horizontal FDI arises when a firm duplicates its home country based activities at the same label chain stage in a host country through FDI. In short, it is an investment in the same industry abroad as a firm operates in at home. General Agreement on Tariff and Trades. It is a multilateral agreement regulating international trade. According to its preamble, its purpose is substantial reduction of tariffs and other trade barriers and elimination of preferences on a reciprocal and mutually advantageous basis.
Hello, my name is Anurag Tripathi and I am going to present a glossary on international business. Subsidy. So, what is subsidy? It is a government financial assistance to a domestic producer. Second, tax haven. A country with exceptionally low or income taxes. Third, tax treaty. An agreement specify what item of income will be taxed by the authorities of the country where the income is earned. Fourth, temporal method. Translating assets value in a foreign currency into home currency using exchange rate. Fifth, transaction exposure. The extent to which income from individual transaction is affected by fluctuation of foreign exchange value. Sixth, transaction exposure. The extent to which consolidated result of balance sheet of corporation of the is affected by fluctuation in foreign exchange values. Seventh, translation corporation. A firm tries to simulation realize gain from experience curve economies, location economies and global learning. Eighth, Treaty of Rome. It is a treaty established in European Community. 9. Turkey Project. A project in which a firm agrees to set up an operating plant for a foreign client and hand over the key when the plant is fully operational. 10th. Vehicle currency. A currency that play a central role in the foreign exchange market, example the US dollar or Japanese yen. 11th. Voluntary export registrant. A quota of trade imposed from the exporting country's side instead of importers, usually imposed at the request of the importing country government. 12th. World Bank. It is an international institute set up to promote general economic development in the world's poorer nations. Third, World Trade Organization WTO. It is an organization that succeeded the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade as a result of the successful completion of the Uruguay round of GATT negotiations. Fourth, zero-sum game. A situation in which an economic gain by one country result in an economic loss of another. Fifth, fixed exchange rate. A system under which the exchange rate of converting one currency into another is fixed. Thank you very much.
Hello, this is Archana Yadav and today I'm going to discuss about some glossary of international business. First is absolute advantage. An absolute advantage exists when a nation or economic region is able to produce a good or service more efficiently than a second nation or a region. Balance of payments. The International Monetary Fund's accounting system that tracks the flow of goods, services and capital in and out of each country. Bill of lading. A document that establishes the terms and conditions of a contract between a shipper and a shipping company under which freight is to be moved between specified points for a specified charge. Capital markets. Markets for financial assets and liabilities with maturity greater than 1 year, that is long-term loanable funds including long-term government and corporate bonds, preferred stock and common stocks. Next is comparative advantage. The ability of an individual or group to carry out a particular economic activity more efficiently than another activity. Current account deficit. The current account deficit is a measurement of country's trade where the value of goods and services it imports exceeds the value of goods and services it exports. The current account includes net income such as interest and dividends or etc. Deferral principle. Parent companies are not taxed on the income of a foreign subsidiary until actually receive a dividend amount from that subsidiary. Economic risk. The likelihood that events including economic mismanagement will cause drastic changes in a country's business environment that adversely affect the profit and other goals of a particular business enterprise. And the next one is euro bond, a bond that is denominated in a country currency other than the that of the country of a issue. It is a bond that is denominated in a currency other than that of a country issue.